Shit.
Video, because the movie was so forgettable, I wrote down some notes, well, basically a script. I'm going to be reading off of it because I can't really remember that well. I have an issue remembering the videos sometimes, so I'm going to be reading off of that. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'll be talking about the giant mess that is the Slender Man movie. In all fairness, I'm surprised this movie wasn't cancelled after I reported on it back in January. Anyways, I sat through this film, and not once was I scared or entertained. The movie was flat out boring. I believe Slender Man had a total of like 7 minutes of screen time or some shit. And it was probably less. I didn't really keep that well of a count. Anyways, we're introduced to a group of girls who randomly decide to watch POV porn because, according to the writers, teenagers watch porn when they're bored or for fun. Anyways, early on in the movie, a group of boys say they're gonna summon Slender Man. So the girls decide to as well because they're doing it. I'm not even joking, that's an actual reason. One of the characters, I believe it's Joey King's character, says, "The boys are doing it. We should too." What the fuck? Huh? Anyways, as I said before, the movie's boring. The characters are never fleshed out, so we don't really care about them when they inevitably die. There are some death scenes that were cut from the film because one of the parents of the Slender Man stabbing from a few years back, I guess, felt offended that the movie was being created, and I respect that. It was a shocking event when it happened. Anyways, the issue is, these death scenes leave us hanging because they show what happens to certain characters, such as the main character's love interest, who shows up in the movie, says he's gonna summon Slender Man, and is never seen again, even though we see him jump off the school's roof in the trailer. And Chloe, in the movie, the last time we see her, she's running away from Slender Man. However, in the trailer, we see her stab her eye, and presumably kill herself. Tonight on Hunting Paranormal Ghosts, we are at the house of Crippled Dick Applejacks. He called us in tonight because he made reports of a ghost. What the hell is that? You hear that? Spirit, if you're in here, can you give us a sign? Where the hell is the music coming from? Turn that shit off. No, not the camera, the music. Why the film is a huge mess. First of all, there are all these subplots that, although small, seemingly come out of nowhere and end up being confusing. There's absolutely no characterization in the movie. I don't know if the movie expects us to care about these characters, but it doesn't matter because in the end, you don't care when they die. The ending is utter garbage. The motives for summoning Slender Man are weak. Last but not least, Slender Man can be summoned by a random-ass video off the internet. Seriously? Did the writers really think this would be a good idea? Also, the soundtrack is actually good. Well, it's decent. They wasted a decent soundtrack on this shitty film. There are even some parts that sound similar to Requiem for a Dream. Now, I don't want to drag this video out with me just repeating the same points. So, all in all, the boring and is a waste of both time and money. To those of you who liked it, good for you, but if you plan on telling me to do better, stick until the end of the video. Out of the many ways I would have done this film, I wrote two versions. One implements the same type of plot, but improves way more. The other is more of a game-accurate version. For the sake of accuracy, I'll read the game-accurate version. The film starts with either the main character who's vlogging or goes on a hiking trip. The entire film is entirely a found footage film because it makes more sense. Anyways, halfway through the trip, the main character finds a piece of paper straight out of the game. This leads to the summoning of Slender Man, not a video. Anyways, since the main character picks up and reads the paper, Slender Man sees this as someone accepting his kind of game or challenge. Afterwards, the main character is stalked by Slender Man for the entirety of the film, while they continue finding the 8 pages. Since the film is a found footage film, the screen becoming static-like makes more sense. Anyways, in the end, you can either have the main character survive and set up a sequel, and find the 8 pages, or have them die trying to find the last page, and don't set up any sequels or spin-offs or anything, because Sony made the damn film, and I know what Sony's planning, okay? I will explain that later on in the video too. Here's the thing. Make it similar to the Blair Witch Project and The Shining to truly give it the horror film vibe and not just a rated R high school musical film with occasional cameos by Slender Man. So this following part is unscripted, but I noticed this when I was watching the movie. In the movie, Slender Man already exists on the internet. He already exists as a creepypasta. There's already all this information on him in the film, which leads me to believe, this is fully speculation, not confirmed, that if Slender Man exists as a creepypasta, then the other creepypastas also exist on the internet, which means if the Slender Man movie had done well, Sony would have used that to create a creepypasta cinematic universe. If you think about it, if Slender Man had actually done well, critically and financially, then Sony probably would have started working on a Jeff the Killer movie, or a Smile Dog movie, or, all those famous, the most well-known creepypastas from, 2014 and whatnot. And that's kind of why I actually had hopes that the film would do bad, even though I secretly wanted it to do good, not so that a cinematic universe could be created. Anyways, yeah, I hope you all enjoyed. In the description there are PDFs, or if not, there will be soon once I finish writing the 2 scripts for my versions of the Slender Man film in the description below, so if you are interested in reading them, you can go ahead and read them. I hope you enjoyed the video and the skits.